Before we begin, if this story helps you relax and drift away, gently consider subscribing and come back here again another night. Now, get comfortable, let your body soften, and take a slow breath in and out. Again, in and out. England, 11th century. Imagine England in the 11th century. There are no modern cities yet. No electric lights, no roads full of cars. Only muddy paths, deep forests, and a quiet, harsh world. Life is simple, but difficult and uncertain. And in this world, around the year 1065, a boy is born. His name is Godric. He is not born into wealth. His family is poor. Life is basic, and survival matters more than anything else. No education, no Latin, no monastery upbringing, just an ordinary child in an ordinary world. Early life. As he grows older, he begins to work, first helping his family, then slowly learning to survive alone. He starts trading small goods, moving between villages, learning the rhythm of medieval life. Over time, he becomes successful, clever, resourceful, and independent. Historical sources suggest he may have become a prosperous merchant, possibly involved in trade routes between coastal towns. But even success does not bring him peace. The sea journey. Godric begins traveling further, to ports, to ships, to distant places. The world expands before him, but so does uncertainty. And then something happens. At sea, a storm begins. The wind rises. The waves grow higher. The sky turns black. The ship shakes violently. Water crashes over the deck, and the world becomes chaos. And in that moment, fear appears. Not ordinary fear, but something deeper, something that changes a person forever. Take a slow breath in and out. Inner change. After that storm, something in him shifts. He begins to question everything. Does this life matter? What is left when everything is gone? What is truly important? Slowly, quietly, his life begins to change direction. He leaves behind trade, step by step. Not suddenly, but gradually. He becomes a pilgrim, traveling to sacred places, Rome, and possibly even Jerusalem. Jerusalem in the 11th to 12th century was a long and dangerous journey, lasting months, sometimes years. Only the most determined would attempt it. But even after all these journeys, peace does not arrive. Return to England. Eventually, he returns to England, not to restart his old life, but to stop searching outward and begin searching inward. He travels north, slowly, quietly, passing villages, forests, rivers, until he reaches a valley near the river Ware. And there, he finds it, a place that feels different, Finchale Valley. Imagine it, no buildings, no people, only nature, a slow river, mist rising in the morning, trees moving gently in the wind, and silence, deep, living silence. This place is what we now know as Finchale Priory, but at that time, it is only wilderness, and he chooses it, not by accident, but by feeling the hermit life. He builds a small shelter, wood, stone, simplicity, no comfort, no excess, only what is necessary to live. This becomes his home. For decades, over 60 years. Yes, most of his life is spent in one valley, in silence, daily life. His days are simple. He wakes at dawn. He prays. He works with his hands. He listens to nature. No rush, no schedule, no pressure, only rhythm and silence. Breathe in slowly and out. People arrive. Over time, something changes. People begin to find him, quietly, one by one, the sick, the tired, the lost, the searching. They do not come because he calls them. They come because word spreads. And when they arrive, he does not preach. He does not command. He simply exists with them in silence. And somehow, that is enough. The songs. In this silence, something unexpected appears. He begins to create songs, simple, spiritual, quiet. These are among the earliest recorded songs in English language, not Latin, not scholarly language, but the language of ordinary people. The end of life. Years pass, then decades. He grows old, very old, and around the year 1170, he dies. Quietly, without noise, without spectacle, just as he lived, only silence remains after death. But the valley does not forget him. People continue to come, more than before. They believe the place is special, peaceful, sacred in some way. Over time, a religious community begins to form. Monks arrive, and slowly, buildings rise. Finchale Priory. The site becomes a priory under the monks of Durham, connected to Durham Cathedral. At first, it is simple, a small chapel, a few buildings, a quiet monastic life. But over time, it grows. Stone replaces wood. Structure replaces wilderness. And it becomes what we now know as Finchale Priory, final silence. Now imagine yourself there, the river flowing slowly, mist rising over the water, the wind moving through trees, no urgency, no pressure, no noise, only silence and space to breathe. Take one final breath in and slowly breathe out. Let your thoughts drift away. Let your body grow heavy and allow sleep to come naturally. Good night.